Next is philosophy of the Constitution. Values that inspire and guided the freedom struggle and were in turn nurtured by it form the foundation of the Indian democracy. So whatever the different types of values which we have learned from the freedom struggle, they have guided us, and now we are able to make the foundation, that means the Indian Constitution, for a better India. These values are embedded in the preamble of the Indian Constitution. So these values are mentioned in the preamble, that is the introduction of the Indian Constitution. They guide all the articles of the Indian Constitution. The Constitution begins with a short statement of its basic value. This is called the preamble to the Constitution. So what does the preamble means? Preamble means it is a short statement which are the basic values of our Indian Constitution. Taking inspiration from American model, most countries in the contemporary world have chosen to begin their constitution with a preamble. So from where we have taken the model for our you can say for our preamble which are mentioned in the Indian Constitution, it is from American model, but it is not necessary that only our country has used America as a model, but there are many other countries who had used American model of preamble as a reference in order to make the preamble of their respective country. Let us read the preamble of our Constitution very carefully and understand the meaning of each of its keywords. So now we will discuss or we will read the preamble of our Indian Constitution, and we will learn the important words which are mentioned in the Indian Constitution one by one. The preamble of the Constitution reads like a poem on democracy. It contains the philosophy on which the entire Constitution has been built. So in the preamble, it contains different types of philosophies, and these philosophy plays an important role to make our entire Indian Constitution. It provides a standard to examine and evaluate any law and action of the governments to find out whether it is good or bad. It is the soul of the Indian Constitution. So the preamble is considered as the basic standard to examine and to check any law and actions of a government, and it also helps us to find out whether it is good or bad, and hence we can say that preamble is the soul of the Indian Constitution. We, the people of India, having solemnly resolved to constitute India into a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic, and to secure all its citizens justice, social, economic, and political, liberty of thought, expression, belief, faith, and worship, equality of status and of opportunities, and to promote among them all fraternity, assuring the dignity of the individual and the unity and integrity of the nation. In our Constituent Assembly, this 26th day of November 1949, do hereby adopt, enact, and give to ourselves these constitutions. So this is the preamble of Indian Constitution. Now we will discuss one by one the important words which are mentioned in the preamble. First is we, the people of India. The Constitution has been drawn up and enacted by the people through their representative and not handed down to them by a king or any other powers. So what does the word we, the people of India means? In our Indian Constitution, we, the people, that means the normal citizen of that particular country, have the authority, have the power to choose their own representative through an election by giving vote. There are no leaders who are given the leadership on the basis whether they are king or from the outside power, which are practiced in the monarchy system. Sovereign. People have supreme right to make decision on internal as well as external matters. No external power can dictate the government of India. So whatever the different types of rules and regulation which are mentioned in Indian Constitution, it is totally dependent upon the internal, that means the Indian people, and the powers are upon whom? The persons who are at the who have the power. And how they have the power? The people are giving them votes, and finally they are the representative of Indian people. So the person who have participated in an election, who have got maximum number of votes, that particular party will have the ruling party in our Indian constitution, and they will have the supreme right to make decision on the internal and external matters. No other person from other country can change the decision of government of India. Socialist, wealth is generated socially and should be shared equally by society. So wealth are generated by the all the people, and it should be shared equally by the society. Government should regulate the ownership of the land and industry to reduce socio-economic inequalities. So in India there are inequalities of paying the salary to the men and women. So according to the socialist, means that whether they belong to the rich or poor section, whether they are men and women, all should be treated equally and they should pay equally in the society. Secular, citizens have complete freedom to follow any religion, but there is no official religion. Government treats all religious belief and practices with equal respect. So what does the term secular mean? Secular means that every individual who are present in the India, they are free to choose any religion, and there is no official religion of India, and government have to treat all the religion equally, and there will be no discrimination on the basis of caste. Next is democratic, a form of government where people enjoy equal political rights, elect their rulers and hold their accountable. The government is run according to some basic rule. So democratic means that it is a form of government in which people enjoy equal political rights. They elect their rulers through election by giving vote and hold them accountable. That means the people are responsible to choose their representative. The government is run according to certain basic rules which are already mentioned in the Indian Constitution. Republic, the head of the state is an elected person and not a hereditary position. So republic means the head, that means the prime minister of our country is an elected person. That means through an election he has been chosen and it is not on a hereditary position, just like in the monarchy system. Justice, citizens cannot be discriminated on the ground of caste, religion and gender. So citizens of Indian, they cannot be differentiated on the basis of caste, religion and gender. Social inequalities have to be reduced. So whatever the different types of inequalities which are practiced in India till now, that should be reduced. Government should work for the welfare of all, especially for the disadvantaged group. So the backward section of the society should given certain reservations so that they can develop, just like SC, ST, OBC. Liberty, there are no unreasonable restriction on the citizen in what they think, how they wish to express their thought and the way they wish to follow up their thoughts in action. So liberty means every individual have the freedom to think whatever they want, whatever their opinions, their view is, and nobody can pressurize them to change their mind, to change their opinion, because in India everybody is treated equally and they have the right to express their views, whether they are positive or negative. Nobody can judge them, and it is totally upon the Indian people. Equality, all are equal before the law. So all the people, whether they are rich, poor, male, female, they are equal in the eyes of the law. The traditional social inequalities have to be ended. The caste system should be ended in our Indian society. The government should ensure equal opportunity for all. So the government should make some scheme or you can say different types of measures through which all the people should get equal opportunities in all the field, such like education, government jobs and so on. Last, fraternity. All of us should behave as if we are member of the same family. No one should treat a fellow citizen as inferior. So what does the term fraternity means? All the individuals should treat each other equally and they should not differentiate people on the basis of higher section of the society or the poor section of the society. Nobody should dominate any section or any caste or any religion. All should be treated equally.